Millions of Americans depend on Social Security for financial stability, especially during their retirement years. However, the system is often criticized for failing to keep up with inflation, leaving many struggling to make ends meet. Former President Donald Trump has hinted at a bold move, a potential executive order to increase Social Security benefits for all. This idea isn't just talk. It could lead to real changes, with across-the-board benefit increases for Social Security, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, recipients. With millions impacted, this is a critical topic. But how could Trump achieve this? He has a chance to leave a lasting legacy in his second term, as previous presidents have done. In this video, we'll explore the details of his potential plan, the historical precedent that makes this possible, and the changes this could bring to your benefits. Social Security has been the backbone of financial security for seniors, widows, and disabled individuals for decades. Yet, it faces mounting criticism for not doing enough. One major issue is the cost of living adjustment, COLA, which is designed to help benefits keep pace with inflation. However, recent adjustments, such as the 2.5% increase, have been called insulting and inadequate. Inflation has soared far beyond these minimal increases, leaving many struggling to afford basic necessities. Moreover, lower-income seniors, widows, and those who depend on Social Security for disability are particularly vulnerable. In fact, over 5 million Americans receive Social Security benefits below the poverty line. Many have called for reforms to boost benefits and ensure they align with the rising costs of living. Critics have also pointed to the current administration's inaction. President Biden promised to protect and strengthen Social Security, but little progress has been made. Plans to extend the program's solvency and improve financial security for seniors remain stalled. For many, this lack of movement has made Trump's potential executive action even more significant. Trump's proposed executive order could be a game-changer for Social Security. As a president not seeking re-election, Trump has the opportunity to focus on long-term, impactful reforms without political constraints. He has the chance to leave a legacy that addresses the nation's most pressing retirement challenges. Reports suggest that his plan could include a 2% increase in benefits for all Social Security recipients, providing immediate relief. An additional 5% boost for seniors who have been receiving benefits for over 15 years, recognizing their long-term needs. A change in how COLA is calculated, switching from the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW, to the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, CPIE. This adjustment would ensure benefit increases match inflation more accurately, offering greater financial security to seniors. These measures would provide critical support to millions of Americans, especially those on fixed incomes. Trump's legacy could be defined by his ability to address these long-standing issues and make Social Security a lifeline for even more citizens. Some might question whether a president can enact such sweeping changes to Social Security through an executive order. However, there is a historical precedent for this. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan issued an executive order establishing the National Commission on Social Security Reform. This commission was tasked with finding solutions to save Social Security from insolvency and was instrumental in shaping future policies. This demonstrates that a president can use executive orders to address Social Security issues. Trump, with his reputation for decisive action, could follow this path to implement meaningful reforms. While such actions may face legal and political challenges, the precedent shows it's entirely possible. Trump's potential move would likely focus on increasing benefits, unlike Reagan's cost-cutting measures. By drawing on historical examples, Trump could justify his actions as necessary for ensuring the program's long-term sustainability and fairness. One key influence on Trump's potential executive order is the Social Security 2100 Act, a bill proposed by Representative John Larson. This legislation aims to modernize Social Security and provide much-needed financial relief to millions of Americans. Key provisions of the 2100 Act include a 2% across-the-board increase in benefits for all recipients, improving benefits for widows and widowers, restoring student benefits for individuals up to age 26, boosting benefits for low-income seniors and other vulnerable groups. Trump could incorporate some of these ideas into his executive order. For instance, adopting the proposed change to COLA calculations could ensure that benefit adjustments align more closely with real inflation rates, providing meaningful increases instead of the current minimal adjustments. While the Social Security 2100 Act has struggled to gain bipartisan support, Trump's ability to bridge gaps and take bold action could turn these ideas into reality. His focus on leaving a legacy might drive him to push for reforms that benefit millions of Americans. The contrast between Trump's bold vision for Social Security and President Biden's approach is stark. While Biden has promised to protect and strengthen Social Security, critics argue that his administration has failed to deliver on these promises. During his campaign, Biden pledged to prevent benefit cuts, extend the program's solvency, improve financial security for seniors, provide an additional $200 per month to Social Security recipients. However, little progress has been made. Critics say Biden's focus has been elsewhere, leaving Social Security reform on the back burner. In contrast, Trump's willingness to use an executive order could set him apart. By implementing immediate benefit increases and tackling systemic issues like COLA calculations, Trump could position himself as a champion for seniors and vulnerable populations. This stark difference in leadership styles highlights the potential for Trump's second term to bring significant changes to Social Security, changes that many Americans have been waiting decades to see. Trump's proposed executive order could have far-reaching benefits, particularly for seniors and low-income Americans who rely heavily on Social Security. Boost for long-term beneficiaries. Individuals who have been receiving benefits for 15 years or more could see an additional 5% increase, recognizing the challenges faced by older retirees with rising healthcare and living expenses. Support for low-income seniors. Increased benefits would provide essential financial relief for seniors living near or below the poverty line. This is especially critical as inflation continues to erode the purchasing power of fixed incomes. Enhanced widows and widowers' benefits. Adjustments to survivor benefits would ensure greater financial security for individuals who lose a spouse, addressing an often overlooked issue in Social Security reform. These proposed changes are more than just financial adjustments. They represent a commitment to preserving dignity and quality of life for some of America's most vulnerable populations. One of the most contentious issues with Social Security is the formula used to calculate the cost of living adjustment, COLA. Currently, COLA is based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW, which doesn't accurately reflect the spending habits of seniors. Switch to CPIE. Trump's plan could adopt the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, CPIE, which focuses on expenses more relevant to seniors, like healthcare and housing. Keeping up with inflation. The current COLA adjustments often fall short of actual inflation rates. For example, a 2.5% adjustment is seen as inadequate in periods of high inflation. Switching to CPIE could result in higher, more meaningful adjustments. Why it matters. Seniors depend on Social Security for essentials, and inadequate COLA adjustments reduce their financial security over time. A change to CPIE would help ensure benefits keep pace with real-world costs. By addressing this issue, Trump could offer a tangible solution to a long-standing problem, enhancing the financial well-being of millions of Americans. While the potential benefits of Trump's Social Security executive order are significant, implementing such a bold move is not without challenges. Legal and constitutional questions. Critics may argue that using an executive order to modify Social Security oversteps presidential authority. Congressional approval is typically required for substantial changes to entitlement programs. Political opposition. Democrats and some moderate Republicans may resist Trump's efforts, citing concerns about the program's solvency and long-term sustainability. Funding issues. Increasing benefits requires additional funding. Without changes to payroll taxes or other revenue sources, critics may question how Trump's proposals would be financed without increasing the national debt. Public debate. While many Americans support increased benefits, opinions differ on the best approach to achieve this. Trump's plan could spark heated public and political debates. Despite these hurdles, Trump's determination to create a legacy and his track record of pursuing bold policies suggest he might push forward, using both political leverage and public support to overcome obstacles.